So I went and picked up my ETS Catback. It's the race exhaust with no mufflers, no resonator. The box is big as hell. Barely fits in the back of my Cherokee. So if you guys are getting the same thing, make sure you're prepared for that. Get a friend with a pickup truck or something. So yeah, let's get this out and unbox. Alright, we got the car up on jack stands. We are unboxing the ETS exhaust. Right away, what I noticed is the width of these pipes are ridiculous. Right now I have PLM muffler deletes on there, and these are much fatter. So packaged really nicely. It's like foam inside of a piece of plastic that, when smashed down, molds to whatever's there. So they packaged it nicely. If I were to package that part, I'm not sure what part of the pipe that is yet, but it's just sitting on cardboard at the bottom. I'd definitely pad that up, but overall, great packaging. For those of you that give a shit, I personally don't, as long as my stuff's not damaged. So we'll finish taking these out. Holy shit, look at that Y pipe. I think it's massive compared to stock. Ridiculous. It's gonna be sick. Alright. Laying this out all nicely. I guess this will be the last piece, which is also massive, of course. So full 3-inch down pipe. I mean, you won't know what I'm talking about until you guys actually get your hands on one of these, but these are super fat pipes. It's insane. Non-resonated, and obviously no mufflers, so this thing's gonna be insane. I got the polished tips just because I think the blue tip look is kind of played out, and I don't think it would look right with my silver car. So I got the polished tips just to keep it a little more clean and muted. Overall, I want it to be somewhat of a sleeper, so no crazy like aero work done on the body, really. Yeah, that's it. That's all that's in here. We got some instructions and of course the V-bands and all that good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and start taking off the old exhaust, packaging it back in the box here to get ready to go in the storage room, and then we'll work on putting this guy on. Also, before we remove the existing exhaust, I wanted to point out a few things on these ETS guys. So it's pretty cool how they did this. I don't know if you guys can tell, but so if you look at it from the side, it's kind of round and fat, no homo. And then as you go down, it actually starts getting somewhat skinnier this way, so that the welds to the tips will fit exactly right. Looking at all the welds, they look pretty damn good. It's pieced together nicely. There's no weird angles. I mean, even the Y pipe, I mean, look at that. They just made a straight T with the beads. Pretty smooth. I think what I might do before I put this on is, I was thinking I want to heat wrap it. And I also have this shit, muffler and tailpipe sealer from Permatex, excuse me. And I was thinking about going around all the welds just to make sure they're ultra sealed and there's not going to be any leaks. So I think I might do that and also heat wrap these, at least the mid pipe from the catback there. It's gonna get pretty damn hot. So yeah, I think I'll do that. But another thing that's cool is on the exhaust hangers themselves. Usually you'll notice on most muffler deletes or even your stock exhaust, it's got like a little mushroom tip at the top here. Again, no homo. But yeah, it's nice and smooth, so it's going to be easy to get these on. And there's really no reason for having the tip on the end of the hanger there, because if everything's bolted up and you got the hangers on there, it shouldn't fucking go anywhere. So yeah, making install slightly easier. Got one here on the Y pipe too. All right, stay tuned. All right, so we're under the car right now. We already got the left side, I guess axle pack, not muffler, removed, and we've got the stock Y pipe. And compared to the ETS one, this feels like miniature. It's gonna be insane, man. Still got to take off this muffler delete on the side. As you can see, I had heat wrapped it. So yeah, I want to do the same thing with the ETS exhaust, but I wanted to show you guys a tool that's really cool, and it's simply an exhaust hanger removal tool. So all you do is go like that. I'm trying to do this with my left hand, but you just go like that, and then you squeeze the wrench and it pops it right out. Because most of us know these can be a pain in the ass, especially with that tip on the end like I was talking about earlier. And the ETS exhaust does not have those tips, so it should be pretty easy to install on the hangers. Pretty sure I ordered some urethane hangers instead of these stock ones here, but I mean, this car is brand new. It's got 1,000 miles on it. I don't really give a shit. These work just fine with what I got on there and hold nicely. And later on, I can always come back in here and replace them if I want to with like urethanes or something, but these should work just fine. So we're gonna go ahead and take this other one off and we'll be back. All right, back under here real quick, looking at the Y pipe, stock Y pipe here. It's only suspended by this one hanger that's right behind the diff. So you got that, and then it just goes all the way back to there on the cat. So we're gonna go undo those bolts and then take off the hanger. This is gonna come crashing down, so we're gonna take some of that padding from the box that the ETS exhaust came in and plop it under here so we don't damage the stock one. I'm gonna package this one up nicely in case I ever need to bring it back totally to stock. So we're gonna do that and then we'll be right back. So we got the stock exhaust completely off. So you can see the Y pipe and the mid pipe where the resonator is all the way up to the cat is all just one big ass piece. I didn't know that. Thought it was gonna come off somewhere around there after the hanger. So yeah, that's it. Y pipe, mid pipe, and then we've got our muffler deletes that we had there. I'm gonna put the foam protective covers on the tips of these two, and like I said, keep it nice in case I want to go back for whatever reason or sell it. But yeah, whole exhaust is off, so you can see got no mufflers, and then get over here a little more, all the way up to the cat there. You can see, for those of you that don't know, it's like right up. Yeah, that didn't work. It's right over there, that black hole straight in front of you. So yeah, we're gonna slide the ETS exhaust under here and start getting that bolted up. So we're getting ready to put on the mid pipe here for the ETS. One thing that's funny is I'm using my creeper for actually sliding this over under there into position. since I don't have a jack that's tall enough to get this where it's pretty easy to crawl around under there. It gets pretty tight when you get towards the front. So anyway, yeah, I'm sliding that under with this little trolley here, or a creeper. So it's a pretty helpful tip. We got the ETS exhaust on. Looks good. Everything's lined up nicely. Pretty simple to put on. But this piping is easily, especially after the Y towards the back here in the axle back, these pipes are at least twice as big as the stock ones. I mean, you see that, and then you see that little guy. I mean, it's massive. And then the whole mid pipe, the straight resonator pipe, it's basically a straight pipe at this point. That's massive too. And it's nice and clean up there because obviously there's no resonator. I wonder if I could wrap this thing while it's on the car. Anyway, but yeah, it's just the hangers up here, simple. Then you got your V-bands, 3 of them. And up front, there's just 2 bolts that connect the mid pipe to the cat. Make sure you, when you take the stock ones off, the bolts, that you know kind of how they were oriented. There's these under here. Let me grab them. So the stock one had these springs on them that basically went over the bolt like that on one side of the flange that connected the mid pipe to the cat, and it basically kept tension. I was planning on putting that back on, but in all honesty, I couldn't see how that would be possible. I mean, and you know, if you get the ETS system and want to try it, you'll see what I'm talking about, but it's pretty much impossible as far as I saw. So I just screwed it together like that. You got the hex nut and a washer on one side, or the hex bolt rather, and then on this side you have a hex nut and a washer. This side, just so you know, is 13 millimeters. The other side, I believe, was 12. All the flange or V-band, all the V-band bolts were 13 millimeter, which is kind of an awkward size, but that's what you're gonna need. But yeah, we're all set up here, so we're gonna go ahead and take her off the jack stands and we'll fire it up. All right, so we're totally installed now and off the jack stands. Everything's looking nice and tidy. Everything looks good. Replace the plastic undercarriage cover that was towards the front. The reason I had to remove it is because the correct front jack stand mounts or points were covered by that plastic piece. So you got to remove the front. And actually what I did is took the Dremel tool and just cut out areas on each side of it, and also that middle part that everyone says you know, it's covering half of the jacking point, this piece of plastic. So I just cut that out, cut these out, so the jack points basically sit right behind on the outsides here. So I just cut that out, so now I don't need to ever remove that plastic piece again to put the front end on jack stands, and I don't need to worry about removing it to actually jack it up. So I definitely recommend just taking a Dremel